You know what it means when we're standing here, people?
And there's no car.
It means there's a new nugget, but this is not a nugget. This is the whole family bucket, isn't it, Martin?
It is.
It's very strange. We don't really know what to say, do we, Martin?
No.
Because it's kind of... It's hard to explain what's going to happen because this is unprecedented in Mighty Car Mod's history.
It's amazing.
I know what you're thinking. We've bought some show car thing for $200 off the internet. No. We've bought something very, very strange.
And amazing.
And amazing. A lot of our cars do many things. This car only does one thing. All it does is go fast. That's all it does. It's not nice. It's not comfortable.
And if that doesn't get your juices tingling, I don't know what kind of size KFC family bucket will.
Yes.
Tingle them juices.
We're lost for words, really.
Shall we?
But we're going to push it in right now, run the graphics. By the time they finish...
Look at this thing.
You'll see something very strange coming into this space. Martin, I got to say, pushing a car in, this is one of the most exciting things that we often do.
Why are we pushing it? Doesn't it run?
Martin, it does run, but I wanted the first drive to be with you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Because this came on a truck.
I appreciate that.
Actually, it didn't just come on a truck, Martin. It came on SUPERCAR transport.
Why?
Because, everybody, I've bought a SUPERCAR. Now I'm a real YouTuber. This here is a Lotus Exige S240 supercharged. I can't even say nugget because it's not.
No, it's not.
Look at it.
It's a race car.
It's a race car,
It's the weirdest combination of cool, kind of nuggety, kind of small, but really fat as well. It's fat and small. It's a small fat.
It's a chode.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's a small fat. It's freaking great, man.
While most car makers are always looking to put more into their cars, one manufacturer stands out for doing the opposite, and that's Lotus. This handmade supercharged Exige is a hardcore sports car with none of the niceties that you'd find in pretty much any other modern car available today. You get a basic radio, air conditioning and a cup holder, and that is it. This car is all about maximum purity, feel and the driving experience. There's no power steering, no automatic modes, nothing added for comfort. This car is built purely for speed. The Lotus philosophy has always been about power to weight ratio, and this is kept down by an aluminium chassis and stripping the car of anything that'll stop the driver going as fast as possible. It's powered by a 1.8-litre four-cylinder Toyota engine out of a Corolla that's been supercharged, so you get supercar performance but with Japanese reliability. And unlike a lot of cars for sale today, the body kit, aero and wing on this car are fully functional, creating properly engineered downforce. And behind the wheel, nothing but absolute purity.
This is about as Batmobile as you can get, really. Martin, that don't even just hold your horse in position, because what I'm about to show you will blow your wormhole 13 galaxies away. Everybody, this is a Lotus. They're a very, very strange car. I sold my Golf, one of the most common cars on the road, to buy one of the rarest cars on the road. When's the last time you saw one of these driving around, Martin?
In England.
Really? When was that?
I know, years ago.
They're made in England. I'll tell you when I last saw one actually driving around on the road. I don't know if I have in the last few years in Australia, but where I did see them is at Sydney Motorsport Park, flying past me and my friend here in our car. And as they always say, Martin, if you can't beat them, modify your car and make it faster. And if you can't do that, then you join them. So Lotus is a pretty wacky car brand, and they're all about power to weight ratio. Now, Colin Chapman, who started the company, his kind of famous saying is simplify, then add lightness. Now, this car here only weighs around 900 kilos, makes 240 horsepower, hence why it's called a 240 Sport S240 Exige, whatever they call it. And his thing was, like, if you add power to car, like add bulk power, you go faster down the straight, but if you remove weight, you go faster everywhere. And so that's his thing, is power to weight. That's what kind of Lotus is known for. This car is light, it's small, and it's one of the fastest cars that money can buy.
It doesn't get much more different either, like imagine the GMs and the Fords and the Mercedes and Volkswagens of the world versus Lotus, which was, as I understand, the first one built in a garage.
Or something like that. They're kind of like kit cars.
Which is how they started, and they made a whole bunch of kit cars through the years to get around taxes. You could buy the car as a kit and screw it back together. That sort of ended in the 60s and 70s, which is pretty cool. But you've also likely seen Lotus badges on a lot of other cars. So you might see like a Proton statue that says tuned by Lotus or suspension designed by Lotus.
Yeah.
That's because of a whole bunch of like boring corporate reasons of who got bought out and who got sold and all that sort of thing. But even
there's
the
a lot of that
DeLorean
going on.
Even the DeLorean was based on like a Lotus Esprit, which is that classic James Bond, real wedgy car. So they've been iconic. They punch above their weight. Considering they're a tiny little factory in Norfolk in England somewhere, which is like a holiday town, they really do punch above their weight, because you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who's in the cars who hasn't heard of them.
Yeah, so Lotus was involved on working on the DeLorean, which we know is steeped with all sorts of drama and controversy and conspiracies.
Yep.
But it turns out they had fake bank accounts and DeLorean's giving money to Lotus, and Lotus is doing something else. But then Colin Chapman, he kind of died during all these court cases and things. But it turned out that if he was alive, he was probably going to go to jail. I think then Lotus, they had to release all of their books and their patents and their designs. And then during administration, they were bought by Toyota, who then used the designs to make the
Corolla.
MR2. So, like, do you know? And you can see the MR2 is also a supercar kind of a looking thing.
A mid-engine thing.
Well, this is a Toyota engine.
Yeah.
In the mid to back.
Yep.
This is basically an MR2 that just costs a whole lot more money. So let me give you a quick look around the outside. So the car, aluminium, fiberglass, rear-wheel drive. Go-kart. It's a track car, really. It's a track car, but
absolutely.
They've made it meet the ADRs in Australia so it can be registrable. But this is kind of what you would normally do to a car, strip it out, add more power. But the fun is in the back. Let me show you what's going on back here, because this is where things get pretty wild. Now, there's no... I mean, look at it, Martin.
I know, it's so wild. It's like a spaceship.
It's just crazy. And the back of it also kind of has that like super car look. Anyway, it's pretty wild. So in here is where things get interesting. So we have a 2ZZ Toyota engine from Celica's.
Yeah, Celica's.
Corollas. But then this one has been supercharged.
Yes.
And it's just sitting in the back there. Now this scoop at the front here
So cool.
is entirely functional. And if you follow this through, this is leading straight down here and then straight down here onto this top mount cooler here for the supercharger.
Just bumped my head on the giant wang.
I mean, this is wacky, people. This is really wacky. Now, out of that, they make their 240 horsepower, which I don't know what that is in Australian numbers. I don't know what that means at the
200
wheels.
kilowatts-ish.
What I do know is that according to the internet, the numbers slightly vary, but it's 0 to 100 in the 3-point-something range.
Crazy.
Which is fast. And that's been happening since, 2008, 2009. I mean, we got those kind of really fast speeds now when you get like turbocharged all-wheel drive cars, but for what it was, that's amazing. When it comes to supercar prices, I think these were around $150,000, so they're definitely undercutting 911s and stuff like that. Now, why is it undercutting those? Martin, jump inside the passenger door and let me show you what's going on inside here.
Wow, that's really high-waisted thing.
It's very difficult. There's a way of getting in. You've got to go one leg in and then
fall into it.
Kind of
so track car,
go that way.
Oh, why can I hear Velcro things ripping?
Because most of it's held together with Velcro. Like, for example, this here, if you listen to this, that's just Velcro holding that together. Inside, what do we got, Martin? We've got a fan.
There's no rear vision mirror.
There's no rear vision mirror because look out the back.
Oh.
All that's there is a supercharger. There's absolutely nothing there. Now, here, I gather this is for ADRs. That's the sun visor.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know what you're meant to do.
I get an even smaller one than you do.
But you get in, Martin, and you get your belts on.
Harnesses?
Yeah, it's got harness. Over here, we've got air conditioning, a head unit, There's a start button, which is kind of weird because you've still got to use the key. You've still got to kind of turn the key and then
People are not daily driving these, are they?
People are daily driving them, man. People go around every day. But this is...
That's keen.
My interest in this is that everyone's always talking about purity, and they're always saying to us, purity, purity, purity. According to the purists, this is one of the most pure driving experiences one can have.
The shifter feels like a Corolla or Celica, doesn't it? Like it feels like a remote shifter. You can tell there's cables going. There's no gearbox under there.
We're about to find out, Martin.
Is that a cup holder?
Yeah, that's a cup holder. Oh, that's the other feature you get. You get a cup holder. Yep. Okay.
Is that supposed to happen?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
One cup holder.
One cup. That's the entirety of the features. A cup holder.
So this is an Exige, right? A Lotus Exige. And
yes.
You and I have sat in a Lotus Elise, which is like the more sort of Sunday sports car thing. This is more track car, right?
The Elise is a soft version that people, once they go, I really like MX-5s,
yeah,
and I want to spend a bit more time in something like that, I think they get an Elise. Then the Exige is like the hardcore version of that. Did you break my cup holder?
I don't know how that works.
That's fine. It's yet to be driven, so the first drive will be today, you and me, and we haven't spent much time in supercars.
Is this officially a supercar?
I think so. I mean, it's an exotic car, but we do know someone who will know the answer, which is our friend Workshop Manuel, who is he's a professional automotive journalist.
Yeah.
Works for heaps of big magazines, has done so for years. I want to find out, is it a supercar?
Are they a supercar? Yeah, that's a solid yeah, yeah.
Good.
Look, I mean, at the end of the day, a supercar, by its sort of, I guess, most pure definition, is the ultimate version of a performance car. So, you know, like Porsche sell the 911, and that's a very, very fast car.
Yes.
And then they have a version of the 911 that's even faster.
So is the Exige the very fast version of the Elise?
Yeah, that's it. So,
well, it's a supercar then. I'm going to call it a supercar until everyone in the comments says, no, it's not, or yes, it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll try and attend to that with some more information
later. A whole
lot
of Lamborghini owners might disagree with us, but that's okay.
So the roof does come off, but you need a toolbox to do it. You know, you can go bleep, 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 bleep. And then I think in the back it comes with a rain cap, so that if it rains, you can kind of cover that bit still, so the inside of your car doesn't get wet.
Are these the bolts to take the roof off?
Yeah, you go blip, blip,
You
blip,
unbolt
blip, blip,
them?
Yeah, you unbolt it, and then there's clips inside that need to be removed as well.
Wow, okay. That's serious.
Let's
go.
Are we ready to drive?
Yep. I just got to get my...
I will also just get my license, because this is also...
Oh, getting out's difficult.
This is also one of those cars that we're probably more likely to be pulled over in than, say, a Golf, which is probably a downside as well. Reviews, I thought it was going to be gadunk. This is fine.
It's alright. Just a bit cramped, but it's a race car, right?
5 speed, 6 speed, we're cruising along at 80. Happy days.
Why
am I looking over there?
Why are you looking at this?
Martin, all of the information that you might need, run through a test, ask me. Fuel temp, ask me.
Speedo.
Broken.
Tacho.
Broken.
Oil pressure light.
Broken.
ABS light.
Broken.
Fuel gauge.
Broken.
Hazard lights. Oh no, they work. That's good.
Yeah.
Temperature.
Broken.
Where's all your instruments?
It's all broken. I gotta fix it. And I'm not sure about the exhaust. Like, it sounds good, but there's a certain frequency that it gets to. I think it's just a little bit much.
Yeah, I agree.
And I reckon, can you put your window up? Now let's put the air conditioning on. Flip that around. Put that on.
Oh yeah? It's pretty good.
We're cruising. We got air conditioning.
You'd have to be pretty keen to daily it. But I mean, you'll have a fun time every time you daily it.
Yes.
Especially on highways and B roads and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, look, dailying it, you'd be way too keen. but you could get around if you needed to, no worries at all. Martin, we're about to enter quite a large tunnel.
Tunnel run. Oh, I can hear the supercharger. Go, go, go.
Let's head back to the shed, mate. That has been a blast, and I'm pretty stoked for the next track day once we actually get everything fixed. It's going to be freaking awesome.
Sounds a bit like Yaris Hilton, doesn't it?
No, doesn't sound anything like that at all. I don't think I'm locked in, sorry.
Oh, the alarm locked you in, man.
I don't know what that noise
It's
means.
upset. It's angry at you.
I don't know what that noise meant.
Just new car things, man.
All right, well,
Weird looking spaceship.
there it is. Look, there's a few things to check.
Yeah, just a few.
There's a few things to fix, but
Your perfect brand new supercar.
yeah, but you know what? It's going to be most epic on the track. We can't really properly kind of judge it for how well it drives around the road. It's a track car, and we're going to chop some other Lotuses.
Are we?
Maybe, I don't know. We're going to try and
Interesting.
chop Too Sexy, which is also in development at the moment. There it is, everybody. It's a wacky choice. I know. I'm missing my Golf already, but
Yeah.
look at
Has not stopped talking about my Golf, but my Golf does that so well.
Yeah,
But I can
I
fit
know.
all this stuff in my Golf, and it's so comfortable. I can press a button and it shuts up. Not so in this
Yes.
one.
But you know how rare this is? This is car number 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6. I think that's just
Man, I'm proud of
Absolutely
you.
crazy.
I think you've made a good choice. I think you've expanded your taste buds. If
It's
your
what I'm trying to do.
automotive adventure was a giant tongue, you've got some MSG and you've sprinkled it.
Yes.
And all those pores opened and in has fallen a Lotus into your car tongue.
yes. You know what's funny is like when I buy cars, you may have noticed, people go, Honda S2000, they suck, they suck, they suck. It's like there's enough people going, "Buck, buck, 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 buck." I was like, there must be something in it. So I buy one. BRZ's, they're slow, they're shit. I buy one. We've been going out to the track, everyone's like going, you should try Lotus, should try Lotus. Purity, 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 so pure as it gets. I'm going to experience as pure as it gets. And then I'm going to tell you, the people, very honestly, whether it is an incredible, mind-expanding automotive experience, or actually if it just sucks. It's just like, you know what? The purity is actually shit.
People
And I'll
ask
tell
me
you
that about Volvos, but I haven't bought one of those.
Really?
Yeah.
It's happening though, isn't it?
Volvo?
Yeah.
No.
All right. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Mighty Car Mods. I do have something to show you. Wait there before you go. I know it's coming
Oh,
in
yes.
late, but look
Beautiful.
at that.
So excited about these. Been a long time coming. A long time coming. Mighty Car Mods, microfiber towels, specially designed and stuff all over them in specific colours that match cars. Super Turbo, WRX, Lotus, Supergrams.
And what's awesome about these is you can have
Yaris Hilton,
one
actually.
for like cleaning glass, you can have another colour for doing your wax, doing your
Glass.
polish, doing your washing. These
Wheels.
are machine washable, which means you can reuse them, and they're designed with this mad Mighty Car Mods chopped insignia.
Get 'em now.
These are available right now. If you want to support the show, feel free to grab them. Then you can give your car a little wipe with them. Give your lip a little there it is. That's it, everybody. Thank you very much. Next episode, we're going to fix up a bunch of stuff, and then we'll get working on Marty's new car as well. Of course, there's not just a Lotus coming.
No,
in.
there's not just a
Of
Lotus.
course, people are. The OGs know
Yeah.
that when this rolls in, they know there's something else rolling in as well. So we've got an episode of fixing the broken things. Then Martin's just he's whipping it out, people. He's gonna swing it from his shoulder to yours.
Being that your
It's-
last black Toyota was Yaris Hilton, can this be Yaris Hilton Part 2?
Yaris Hilton 2. I guess, but it's
Return of the
Can we
Yaris?
call it Yaris Hilton MR2? Because this is basically an overpriced MR2, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway,
It's pretty mad though.
It's
Are we
gonna be
taking this
good.
to get kebabs or are we going to walk?
I actually reckon we should take our motorbikes.
Oh, good idea.
Dirt bikes haven't been out for
Yeah,
years.
let's go.
They need a run.